On January 15, 1966, he turned this routine nighttime training exercise into a full-blown coup. He and his co-conspirators swept through the northern capital of Kaduna, executing the premier, Sir Ahmadu Bello, Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Samuel Ladoke Akintola, and Finance Minister Festus Okotie Igbo. In total, 22 government officials lost their life that day, in a sad event that changed the future of the nation. At this point, Nzeogwu had crossed the Rubicon, and there was no going back. Hang on till the end of the story, and I will give you access to the full story about January 15th. Back to this story. The revolution in Nzeogwu started on July 15th ate its own. The coup sputtered and failed in the south. It gave rise to a new military leader, General Aguiyi Ironsi, and his primary task was to restore order. His solution? Arrest the very men who put him in power. For his trouble, Nzeogwu was thrown into Kirikiri prison. Who would have thought that a revolutionary would be locked away by the revolution he started? A year later, the nation he had tried to save was tearing itself apart. You see, the January 15th coup was not seen as a national revolution. It was seen as an Igbo coup. And looking at the bloody facts, it's not hard to see why. The pattern was undeniable. The killers were mostly Igbo. The victims were the most powerful leaders of the North and West. And the man who ultimately took power in the chaos was himself an Igbo general, Aguiyi Ironsi. To the rest of the country, it didn't look like a national cleansing. It looked like a tribal takeover. For decades, that was the accepted story. But recently, in a newly launched book titled A Journey in Service, a voice from the very heart of Nigeria's military establishment offered a different perspective in his autobiography. General Ibrahim Babangida, a man who was himself a victim of one of the other coups that followed the failed revolution of Major Nzeogwu, argues that Nzeogwu's intent was tragically different from the outcome.